Our relationship with NVIDIA goes back like to the year 2000. So we are not only partners, but we are friends. And so our relationship is pretty close. We work at this stage at the engineer level together as well. So if you need engineers on site, they come on site and just help optimizing, help debugging issues. Like we work with very early drivers. At the same time, it's like a give and take essentially. What happens is a new prototype hardware comes, we play it, we say, guys, the drivers are completely bad right now, and so we find the driver issues, they fix it, we optimize, they optimize, and so it's a mutual win constellation. But principally, it's about at the driver level. That means a lot. So if you work at the driver level at a partnership, that means you're actually working very tight together, and that's the way we are working with NVIDIA. For Crysis, we had actually two major goals. One is to offer an innovative and new epic gameplay. The second was to support that with a visual fidelity that not only it's photorealistic but also highly interactive. And what we achieved is, from the gameplay perspective, we introduced a nanosuit to the genre in a sense that it's a suit which is dynamic. I mean, not the nanosuit is a genre improvement, but the suit that the hero itself being a dynamic hero, that he should change his abilities flexible in a sense that the nanosuit allows you to change, for example, the speed, strength, armor and cloak mode. Coupled that with customizable weapon systems, open terrain, open worlds essentially, and smart AI, we have reached essentially a outsmart gameplay at the core, which defines Crysis at its very hard. I think the most important aspect is that everybody understands that the graphics are for me to immerse the player, but ultimately also to make sure that whatever I want to do, if I achieve it, like in terms of interaction, if I break a tree, if I break a hut, if I blow up something and explosion-wise it goes in a fireball, whatever I do has a sensational feedback that looks great, it looks realistic and still behaves realistic. So to achieve that, we need the technology to support that. And that means the shading has to be correct, the way the zincs bend, the way the trees sway in the wind, the way the physics, like the leaves bend when I interact with them. Everything, like up to the shadows of the characters. I see the shadow around the corner after we go to cloak mode. Cloak mode is a wonderful refraction effect. All of that is very technically inspired by gameplay. So if you look at it this way, then if you find in any gameplay element essentially technology embedded, it's just not pinpointing out features, but it just happens to be there. And that's the reason why I think Crysis also stands out, because it's very technical driven gameplay, but there is gameplay substance, of course. And for those who run the game on a minimum configuration, essentially, they get the gameplay, and not necessarily with all the whistles and bells, but they get the core gameplay, which is about the nanosuit, the AI, the breakability, and the view senses.